Abusua for and the latest update about Bonten efa ye papa Ken Ofori Atta hono. Abusua it is alleged say papa a kwan bia so oba be piem ewo o my Ghana. Yes. Sisi no akoye se ne extradition process no abusua akotru. Yes. And as sisi so deportation krata so ene na mu a che say papa ye betumi abepiem ewo o my Ghana na we na ma no ono ane lawyer aba Bonten aba be lifi some nsem bi anyame ya adoma 26th of this April abusua obekwa kopie mu ewo court abusua we de yenko na yite nsem no ankasa nkyem yite ni ye yite nsem no ye bia na make na abusua bia na me hu kaye ma yenko na yite ni na masese aha era so aye be media gi che be se wa se obe subscribe be like na abusua ma bo aso for person be tie no anya bi ati aha era so aye be media
Ken nana ya kuntunkunukun Ofori Atta ne lawyer Frank Davis aba edin sembi aba betuja Ken Ofori Atta ebekwa akopie mu ewo court on the 27th of April abusuya neches the final ruling on the extradition no abusuya court ede aba ntem obeka ya Ken Ofori Atta attorney general edin sembi aba betuja se okra top lawyers are just wa high former attorney general of USA your friend John Ashcroft abusuya ono na just a lady Ken Ofori Atta ne legal team nene Frank Davis waba ono so eka ne lawyers no waba aba be drop details be on Ken Ofori Atta ne court obekwa appear on the 27th of April abusuya ehon sensem eba Ken Ofori Atta ne lawyer ne nsema okika no bibi e wo ho yensem mbre mom yenko na yenkonko tie ensema ekoso.
He doesn't know what he's confronted with. It is only when he is served that he will instruct us.
If all procedures are done right, according to the conversation that we are having right now, will your client be home to face the charges? Will he be willing to come home to face the charges?
The government of the Republic of Ghana has put in an extradition request. So I think this question is redundant.
Why so?
Oh, but it's redundant.
Regardless of extradition request, he can decide that I want to come back, and answer the
whole
charges.
Force of the Republic, the coercive force of the Republic of Ghana is at play in America. And the extradition request. And you're asking me whether my client will come. It's redundant.
Why so?
Oh, I can't answer that question.
The extradition request does not stop your client from deciding that I want to come and answer to the charges, does it?
Kamini?
Yes.
Why do you think the government put in the extradition request? I'm asking you. Why?
To bring him home to answer the charges.
So you will be brought home or for the ICE hearing. You know, there was a bond application posted, and federal authorities, the lawyers from the Department of Justice, raised an issue about the extradition request. So the judge adjourned the matter to a date in February, I think February 17th or 19th, for the extradition request to be put before him so that he can consider the bond application. As it turned out, on the 19th of February, it was just a one-liner which was filed by the federal lawyers, giving no details of the request. So the judge's hands were tied. He could not go into the merits of the bond application. Early on, the matter had been adjourned to the 27th of April for a continuation of the ICE hearing. So that is what we are anticipating, the 27th of April.
On the 27th of April. Are there two different cases now? In that we have the ICE detention matter, and then we also...
Yes, the ICE hearing is dealing principally with an immigration issue. You know, he applied for adjustment of his immigration status. Kenneth was supposed to exit the jurisdiction on the 14th of February. But before that, he had applied to adjust his immigration status before he was picked up by ICE. So what ICE is doing is purely an immigration matter, which is separate and distinct from the extradition request.
Okay.
That goes to a different procedure altogether. So the two cannot be commingled.
I see.
There are two different things going on at the same time.
And what you have just told us is the progress made so far on the immigration matter.
The ICE hearing, the immigration matter, but not the extradition request itself.
The assurance we keep getting is that, look, the extradition process is also going through. How is that on your side?
I don't know about that. I don't know about the extradition request or proceedings going on. I do not have any education on that. At least our counterparts in America have not told us anything about any extradition request or proceedings ongoing. So as those who have knowledge on that can educate Ghanaians. But sitting here,
but you must have heard the AG talk about how on November 25th or is it 29th, his visa was revoked as part of that extradition process.
His visa was revoked?
Yes.
As part of the extradition
process?
Yes. I don't know about that.
You never heard? But was his visa revoked?
No, but I'm saying he was to exit on February 14th.
Not exit. Revocation of your visa is different from whether or not
your visa
I don't know.
I don't know whether his visa was revoked.
How would you know that?
It is the Attorney General who is saying that, and I'm telling you, I don't know whether his visa was revoked.
No, Counsel, it's either the Attorney General is wrong or he's right. So
what
was your client's visa revoked?
What I'm saying should suggest an answer to you. I said
I don't want suggestions.
I don't know if his visa was revoked. All I know is that he applied for an adjustment of his immigration status. So if the learned Attorney General is saying that his visa was revoked, I think the burden is on
November 29th. So your client was...
The burden is on him, not me.
So the yes or no was his
Oh, this does not suggest of a binary answer, yes or no. No, we are not doing elementary math. I'm saying that what I know is that he had applied for an adjustment of his immigration status.
But you cannot tell us whether or not his...
I don't know.
You don't know if his visa was indeed...
I don't know,
indeed revoked.
I don't know.
You have talked a lot about the OSP's handling of the matter. But when we look at the whole picture, it's your client that has also failed to honor invitations to the OSP.
Kemini, I have decided not to talk about this OSP.
Why so?
But you see, systematically, what the OSP has done is an abuse of everything I know about criminal law. A blatant abuse. Okay? And I'll use this platform to advise my friend, my learned colleague, it's not personal, that we should at all times try to follow due process and not pander to sensationalism, press conferences, legal grandstanding, and unnecessary advertisement of ourselves. Is it not curious and a stark irony that just about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I read, you also might have read that the OSP is now seeking leave of court to serve Kenneth Ofori Atta and the other colleague, what's his name?
Ernest
Akori. With the charges preferred against them in court. That was just 2-3 weeks ago. So what do you say of the Office of the Special Prosecutor? So all this noise, this cacophony of noises that have been made about Ken Ofori Atta, he had not even been served with the criminal summons? He's not been notified of his charges? Is that a style of criminal jurisprudence? So when we filed this red notice alert against him and all that, went and embarrassed ourselves before the international community, that red notice alert was deleted because it did not conform to the rules, constitution, and regulations of Interpol. Is that what we are cutting for ourselves as a country? And you people are saying that Ken Ofori Atta is not doing what?
So
just last week, I read too that in the trial involving is it Nana? What's his name? Namwan or something? Because of his health challenges, the court has opted for a virtual hearing of the case. Is that not permissible? So when the Office of the Special Prosecutor intended to interview Ken Ofori Atta, when Ken had sought permission to leave the country for medical treatment, and he was outside the country, and through his lawyers, had proposed that I am ready, willing and able to assist you with your investigations. Let us do a virtual conferencing, which is permissible under law, so that you can interview me. The special prosecutor didn't want to have anything of it. He wanted to engage him like we are engaging him personally, whether he wanted to eat lunch with him, wanted to drink wine with him.
How many times did your client fail to turn up?
How many times did my client fail to turn up?
Yes,
are you counting? Are you counting the number of times
he couldn't
juxtaposing that against his medical condition? Is that what you're doing?
No, let's take it one after the other. How many times couldn't he make his meetings with the U.S.?
If I can recall, twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
I see. And your reason for that is his medical,
It's a reason which is known to you too. Didn't you know that Ken had gone for medical treatment?
Well, that's what the letter you brought from me.
Yeah, that is what the situation was.
Okay, that's what you are telling us.
That is what the situation was.
Okay.
Yes, when the Office of the Special Prosecutor was served with that medical letter from Mayo Clinic in the United States, where he had gone to seek treatment, he rubbished that medical thing that there was nothing to suggest that the prostate cancer that the medical facility had diagnosed as his problem was something which was bad enough not to allow him to come to this country. So he knew.
Well, because and then again, if you recall, the letter, the first letter we saw, perhaps even the only letter, there was no clear indication. It was a matter of we will observe to see if he would need surgery. That was my understanding of that letter.
Oh, but he went through surgery.
So subsequently,
he went through surgery. I say you don't know.
No, I'm just saying we are taking the matter at a time because you referred to that letter.
Yeah, but Kenny, I'm saying, are you saying you don't know?
I'm not saying
that Kenneth went through surgery.
I'm not saying that I haven't heard that.
No, not heard. You don't know.
I don't know. I have only heard.
I'm telling you.
Okay, I have only heard that the former finance minister did undergo surgery, but in reference to that Mayo Clinic letter, they said they will look at it and see if he would need surgery.
And they looked at it, and he needed surgery, and he went
and he underwent surgery.
Yes.
There are those who argue that why does your client get to determine when he shows up to face the charges?
He has not determined when he wants to show up.
Okay.
He has not determined when he wants to show up. Okay? When he is medically challenged, he is medically challenged. Ghanaians should learn to understand when someone is sick. I mean, if I'm ill, I'm ill. And it's not as if I am jumping out of anything. I am saying I am not physically present. This is the means by which you can interview me and get what you want.
Is that also a point of argument in his case on the ICE detention as well? Because if he has undergone surgery and is ill and will not be able to fly from the U.S. to Ghana to face the charges against him, that could also be a point of contestation in the ICE detention case, is it?
There is no contestation of his health or medical challenges with ICE.
Well, but you could make the case that he is not well and shouldn't be in detention.
The lawyers there will make that case.
But
I'm part of his team.
They are your partners
Ghana.
there.
Our partners there will make that case.
But your partners there haven't made that case.
Not yet.
What are you waiting for when you say not yet?
Oh, but why? Don't we have our style of handling matters for our client? Kemini? Yeah, we all have our style. What you do today, I won't do today. What I'll do tomorrow, you won't do today, or you won't do tomorrow. So
his medical status or condition has changed, which is why it is not priority to bring it up in his ICE detention matter.
God, the Almighty God, takes care of all of us in everything we do. Kenneth Nanaya Kuntunku go for Atta is in the hands of God. So his medical condition will not remain the same forever. There will be changes in his medical condition. And we'll thank the Lord, the good Lord God.
But can you understand why people will compare both situations? That, look, you say you are so unwell, you can't come to Ghana and then face these 78 charges that have been proffered against you. However, when you are in ICE detention, you don't make it a case so that you get bored.
At the time that he said he was unwell, no charges had been preferred against him.
Okay.
And at that time, he was willing to assist the Office of the Special Prosecutor.
Okay.
So, you see, we should be careful in condemning Ken Ofori Atta. It's not fair. We should be very careful in condemning him. When his health challenges were paramount, no charges had been preferred against him. Even now that, let me borrow your language, his medical condition has changed. He's not even been notified of his charges. And then people keep on lambasting Ken and saying all kinds of things about him. I don't think we are being fair to the gentleman. You see, people should understand that Ken Ofori Atta was in this country. He went through a multiplicity of charges which were leveled against him, including the censure motion in Parliament. He surmounted all of them. He was thrown before Yoko and then Shiraj. Did he flee the jurisdiction? Hello. Did he flee the jurisdiction? No. He was here with all of us. He went through, was successful, came out with flying colors, waving his right handkerchief. And then when he has to, who didn't know at a point in time that Kenneth was not well? Who didn't know in this country? After his COVID challenges?
Yeah.
And then who didn't know?
Yeah. But why do you think he has not been able to, the prosecution has not been able to serve your client and Ernest Akori?
Bring Kiseja Benye and ask him.
Because there are 7 others, or is it 6 others? When
they are here.
They have all been saved.
Yeah, they are here. But Kiseja Benye should know what to do. Bring him here and ask him why he is not been able up to this stage to notify Ken and then Ernest Akori of their charges, but rather mounting platforms and speaking through microphones. That is not a criminal prosecution. That is not criminal prosecution.
When someone points to, look, it would appear that the partners here for Ken's defense have focused on strategy rather than these charges. What would be your response to that?
But is law not about strategy?
No, excuse me. Perhaps I use the wrong words. But you have focused on procedure rather than the actual issues against him. Why is that the case?
There's procedure before the issues. If you have not charged my client before court, how do I go to court to defend him? And you are playing to the gallery, convicting him in the court of public opinion and telling Ghanaians all manner of things. Meanwhile, you have not served the person with anything. How then do I go to court? What procedure will enable me to go to court to act as counsel or as lawyer? You have not charged the man. You have not served him with anything. He doesn't know what he's confronted with. It is only when he is served that he will instruct us.
If all procedures are done right, according to the conversation that we're having right now, will your client be home to face the charges? Will he be willing to come home to face the charges?
The government of the Republic of Ghana has put in an extradition request. So I think this question is redundant.
Why so?
Oh, but it's redundant.
Regardless of extradition request, he can decide that I want to come back, and answer the
whole
charges.
force of the Republic, the coercive force of the Republic of Ghana, is at play in America. And the extradition request. And you're asking me whether my client will come. It's redundant.
Why so?
Oh, I can't answer that question.
The extradition request does not stop your client from deciding that I want to come and answer to the charges, does it?
Germany?
Yes.
Why do you think the government put in the extradition request? I'm asking you. Why?
To bring him home to answer the charges.
So you will be brought home, or
so your client doesn't want to come, because if that's the logic, your client is fighting the extradition.
Kemini, you see, don't let us make a scapegoat out of my client.
Okay.
Don't let us make a scapegoat out of my client. He hasn't said anywhere that he doesn't want to come to Ghana. He hasn't said anywhere. By
action, if he wanted to, he would be here.
Oh, Kemini, he was in his somewhere quietly. He was in his somewhere quietly when we have been told by the state that they fed information to ICE to pick him. This is a problem to me. One or two high-profile personalities in the country, I've spoken to that they leaked information for him to be picked. And he was picked up by ICE. And in their estimation, they think the extradition, the ICE picking him up, is a much shorter route than the extradition request. So they were relying on the ICE proceedings to fast-track Ken into the country.
But you know, if his visa was revoked much earlier,
are you going to that conversation? Are you going to that conversation?
If allegedly, no, I'm just responding to what you have said. If allegedly his visa was revoked on November 29th, as we have been told, then
I've told you I don't know about that,
and that's why I said allegedly, as we have been told by the Attorney General.
Yeah.
Then it just flags him as an undocumented or illegal foreigner in the U.S. So you may not even need somebody to go and alert ICE that so and so person is there, because the visa was revoked.
But ICE was alerted. Those who told you,
you don't know that for sure. Somebody has said.
No, somebody, not just somebody.
Okay.
You know who said it. It's not just somebody. You know who said it. So don't say somebody. It's an indictment with respect on that person's office. If you say somebody, you know the person who said it, and he spoke with knowledge and authority that they leaked information for him to be picked. If they knew his visa had been revoked, why the Americans didn't have a system of picking him up? You think Americans don't know those who go to that country? Much more so somebody like Ken Ofori Atta. They didn't know that his visa had expired and they could just pick him up. It's not that easy. Before that, he had applied for an adjustment of his status.
True.
Yeah, that is why the hands of the American government is tied. They are constrained because their processes work. You just can't get up. Even those who Trump carelessly had picked up, some of them went to court. And the cases against them were thrown off. They had their freedoms back. So, you see, we should be slow in discussing this kind of
what would it take? What would it take for your client to answer to the charges?
Let the Office of the Special Prosecutor notify him of his charges. Then he would answer.
Then he would answer.
He would answer.
Remotely?
Appropriately.
Appropriately?
Yes.
Appropriately.
Appropriately, not remotely. He would answer appropriately.
And if that appropriateness requires that he be in this country?
When we get to that bridge, we'll cross.
We'll cross it. Thank you very much.
Ken Ofori Atta ehonsem ena ne lawyer ede ebetu dwa lawyer Frank Davis oni OSP so back and forth bi ekoso ewo mosaida odisa ensem no etu dwa ede mai ebedamase samoje pene kokoti sa ensem we ede mai aha gossip politics TV so medamase